Help!
What the
Help!
heck?
Help!
Okay then.
What the
What the
heck?
hell was I just witnessing?
I don't know. Okay? I was on zombies' heads.
So, how about them mastery camos, eh? They are highly desired, at least by most, pieces of cosmetic gear that you can equip on any gun that came with the base version of the game, and if you wanted to get it for any other gun that came along with the game, like a DLC or an aftermarket game, you would have to go and complete challenges for those specific weapons. I just wanted to do a showcase of the last couple entries, such as Infinite Warfare, World War II, and Black Ops 4, just to give each studio the benefit of the doubt, and to show the newer, upgraded, quote-unquote camos, rather than the older, more maybe stale camos. So let's go ahead and check out the mastery camos that have been released in the past 3 years. And I'm just going to go ahead and start off with the oldest version. This is going to be Infinite Warfare's Black Sky. Now I am aware that there is the solar camo, but this is about getting gold on every single gun in the game, not about getting gold on half the guns in the game or 3/4 like you would get for the solar camo. This is also not going to be covering diamond and gold, obviously. But Infinite Warfare's Black Sky, in my opinion, it's a good camo, but it's extremely stale because it's literally a JPEG moving across the gun. There are some like cool warped textures in the gun that like reflect off light extremely well, but other than that, it's literally just a still JPEG moving across the screen. And I know you can't do like that much in terms of like resources or like budget cuts or something like that, but I feel like they could have done a lot more. Like, it still looks good in my opinion, but there's definitely a lot more they could have done. Also, truth be told, don't actually have this camo in multiplayer, but it is free for everyone to equip in zombies, so take that for what you will. I do have the diamond camo, but I just did not want to use every single weapon in Infinite Warfare. There were just some that I didn't want to pull my hair out over. And now moving on to the next game after that. This is going to be World War II's Chrome Camo. And no, I'm not going to cover Chrome Tiger because I'm not an absolute mad lad and don't have the time to grind every single weapon prestige 3 times. That's just not something I find enjoyable. I enjoy mastery camos and all. I don't enjoy the grind. I enjoy the aftermath, but I do not enjoy using a weapon that I already have the mastery camo on to get, I don't even know what the requirements were for some of the Chrome Tiger challenges, but I just could never do it. However, the Chrome camo itself, for trying to be grounded in realism, I think they did an amazing job, although it definitely needed the tuning that it got a couple months into the game, because it's different to have just a shade of silver on your gun than to actually get what we got as the final product for Chrome. Chrome has a much more, how would you describe it? It has a much more reflective nature, but it's not like looking at a mirror. It shines brilliantly and excellently off the light in some maps like Gustav Cannon and Occupation, I think it's called. It's that MW2 remake map thing. But I think with trying to be grounded in realism, although it didn't work out in the end, and in the end the Master Prestige camos do look a lot better and you don't have to grind every single weapon out to get gold for, I still do think it's a competent camo with those being in the game. Although I find the problem being with World War II's Chrome Camo is that if you don't have a heroic variant, it kinda just looks like a paint of gray paint, or a coat of gray paint on your weapons. Like the Type 100 variant there kinda just looked kinda stale, but it really shines if you have a heroic variant. And now moving on to Treyarch's entry into this. This is the Dark Matter camo. Now, what's cool about this Dark Matter camo is that it is reactive. meaning that every 5 kills it will change into a new form of the dark matter camo, and if you get all the way up to 25 kills, I believe, you get the original dark matter. The original dark matter being what came with Black Ops 3, although with Black Ops 4 it has these like spikes and like joints all along the gun. That is what you get for getting 5 kills with the camouflage equipped, and then it transitions into a reddish thing. It's not just a JPEG like Black Sky. They actually do all have like different interactions. There's different animations for each and every one. My personal favorite being the 5 kills, or I guess right after when you get the spikes on your gun, the original, and then Black Ops 3's remaster of Dark Matter. Those are definitely my favorite, but unlike World War II, it doesn't suffer depending on which gun you have. If you have a Mark II variant or not, it still looks really cool, and it complements all the weapons extremely well. There's not one weapon where the camo's like glitched out, so that is nice, and I think this is my favorite iteration of a mastery camo, except this is my favorite iteration of a moving camo. What's coming up next is my favorite iteration of a stationary camo. And by process of elimination, it's pretty easy to determine that that would be Damascus. Damascus is the cleanest looking mastery camo that's stationary, minus diamond, that I have ever seen in my life. I am just a sucker for how the colors clash with one another. I think it's very tasteful, while also just looking completely badass. And with how the gunsmith system works, being able to swap out different attachment combinations and equipping different base variants, it gives the game a lot more personality and a lot more room to dick around with Damascus. Like, I have spent so much time going through the gunsmith and just tinkering with how different, like, if a barrel comes with an M4 that doesn't on the base version, or it has like a unique stock, I'll just spend hours fiddling with how the gun just transforms when you equip those unique variants, and it adds so much to a game with admittedly poor matchmaking and not a lot of good qualities going for it. But I don't know, I kind of just like to stare at my gun for like half the game, to being honest. But that being said, my favorite color is blue, hence why I always run blue variants, blue gadgets, blue operators, blue anything I can get my hands on. So it's a completely subjective opinion, as is this whole fucking me ranking my favorites of mastery camos. That's all subjective. You can have your own opinion, and I'd love to hear it down in the comments section below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, I'm always willing to listen. And I just hope everyone's enjoyed. Alright, take care, y'all.